performance of the insurance companies. I now turn to the fiscal framework, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the government's fiscal policy is to enhance fiscal consolidation efforts to reduce debt vulnerabilities and rebuild fiscal buffers amid significant global and even domestic challenges. These external and domestic shocks that Kenya has experienced serve as a reminder of the importance of fiscal buffers. Mr. Speaker, the focus of our fiscal policy thus remains to reduce the deficit from 5.7% of GDP in the current financial year to 3.3% in the financial year 2024-2025. We're going to do this through various means. First, domestic resource mobilization. Mr. Speaker, implementation of government's plan for rapid and inclusive socio-economic transformation largely depends on robust revenue growth rate. Indeed, despite significant government investment in reforming the tax structure, the tax to GDP is estimated at 11.5% of GDP as of 2022-2023 against an estimated potential of 25% of GDP. And this is also the convergence criteria in the East African community countries. We therefore urgently need to address the challenges that negatively affect our revenue collection, some of these challenges include: first, there is an existence of hard-to-tax sectors. The economy is dominated by a large informal sector that is mostly outside the current tax instrument, leaving the country to rely on a narrow tax base, and it is time to reverse this trend. Second, proliferation of tax expenditures over the years. Tax expenditures are estimated right now at 2.9% of GDP if you consider the 2022 data. That it has major erosion to the tax base. Third, low tax compliance largely attributed to factors such as the technical and complex nature of our tax laws and procedures, taxpayer apathy due to perceived inefficient use of tax revenues, high compliance costs, and inadequate taxpayer education. Fourth, there are difficulties in taxing emerging digital economy. The tax system is not fully equipped to deal with the emerging business models that leverage on the digital technology. Finally, Mr. Speaker, inadequate modern technology equipment for use at every stage or exit border points, misdeclaration and even misclassification of goods, inadequate customs border posts, infiltration of counterfeits, smuggling, and diversion of goods. Mr. Speaker, in order to address these challenges and enhance the revenue mobilization, we shall implement a combination of tax policy and administrative reforms. The reforms are premised on the need to ensure that taxes are more supportive to economic activity. They do not distort the market and have a predictable tax structure. The reforms include: first, implementation of tax policy and administration measures proposed in the Finance Bill 2024. Second, implementation of the medium-term revenue strategy to expand the tax base to 20% of GDP over the medium term. Third, to strengthen the tax administration for enhanced compliance through leveraging on technology to revolutionize tax processes, sealing revenue loopholes, and enhancing the efficiency of tax system. And finally, we're focusing on unlocking additional non-tax revenue potential by MDAs through the services they offer to the public. Let me turn to improving